So, Charles Rainford, we're here at a very sunny Donington Park, a little bit cooler today, but we're here for the historic festival, and what an amazing event this is, isn't it?
Oh, totally. I mean, firstly, lovely to speak to you again. We've been talking quite a lot recently. It's been nice, isn't it?
I was going to say, it's good to see you again. It's been, 7 days? It's been a lifetime, but yeah, lots happening since then, but you can have a bit of fun today. Tell us what you're racing.
Yeah, so I'm racing a Group 1 1983 Mark III Capri in the lovely Fabergé Brute 33 livery. So awesome car, run by the family team CCK, same team that we run the Porsches with in Carrera Cup Great Britain. So it's nice to be back running with the family and a successful qualifying as well.
Yeah, talk us through it, because you're out first thing. You had to set your alarms to get out on track early, but good fun.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I love classic racing. It's where I started. You know, we're running on an old cross-ply Dunlop historic tyre. So cross-plies, you know, sliding around, car control, try and carry some average speed, and yeah, it's just great fun, really. And it's also nice to race without any pressure. Just go out and enjoy it. Yeah,
definitely. It's an interesting dynamic being on the full Donington GP circuit, where the first half of a lap is quite fast and flowing, and then you come onto the sort of stop-start nature of the GP section of the circuit. A challenging layout at the best of times, but I imagine an even more interesting dynamic in these classic cars, because they don't really handle like anything else, do they?
No, exactly. And obviously the Group 1 is such a, you know, there's so many cars that are available. So we're in a Group 1 Capri. You've got Group 1 Camaros, you've got Rover SD1s. So the Camaros are a lot quicker than us down the straight. You know, they've got like 500-600 brake horsepower, and we've got about 250. And then we get to a corner, so say like the hairpins, where then we're really, really quick. So yeah, we were on the national circuit for this last year, and it didn't seem that even. So the fact we're on the Grand Prix circuit now with two massive braking zones, I think is evening up the playing field a lot.
How big of an impact is that in qualifying races with the cars being so different? They don't just look different with their liveries and their shape, but also, like you said, each car's got strengths in different areas. So how much does that play a part? Is traffic often a concern?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the grid's really big and there's a lot of different classes. So even on the lap I did there, you know, I still think there's about a second out there just because I had to basically let some cars, let some cars have the corner, let's say, in some slower machinery. So yeah, it's a challenge. I think on a clean lap, pole position was there for the taking, but not this time. We did a manifold gasket as well, so had to call it a day after 6 laps. So no, I'm happy. Front row start. It's a long race. It's 45 minutes with a pit stop. So yeah, it's going to be a race of consistency and keeping the car alive.
Yeah, definitely, and having some fun as well. Obviously, these cars are really special, aren't they? I think the whole anything retro in touring cars is looked back on with great fondness. Why do you think that is?
You know, it's just so cool, I think, is the biggest bit. You know, when was the last time you saw a Capri or a Rover SD1 on the road, you know? Wow. Really, really cool stuff. And they're becoming classics. They're not that old, they're just from the 80s. But I suppose we're in 2025 now, so it's a bit scary, really, isn't it?
Years ago, yeah. It's nice to see a lot of these cars, because, believe it or not, they're all before my time by quite a margin. And also, you've got the super... Yeah. We've got the super touring cars over there. I mean, that era of touring cars as well it's insane, because, like, I can't even imagine what it would have been like back in the day, because it's just crazy, you know. It's cool that we've been able to look back on YouTube and footage and stuff like that, but seeing them in the flesh is always special, isn't it, for fans?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who doesn't love a super touring car? And they're just absolutely awesome. Jake put a really good video on YouTube, with him in a 318i touring car from super touring, I should say, from Japan. That was a properly cool car. And you say they're just cool. I mean, the technology was kind of there, but they were just pushing the boundaries, and they're just awesome pieces of kit. They really are. Huge
money as well. Do you have a favourite super touring car?
Oh, I'll stay on brand. I'll say the BMW, just because it looks awesome. I've driven it on the sim. It's mega. And otherwise, it'd be a Nissan Primera. But the front-wheel drive, I know I wouldn't be good in front-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, just mentioning BMW, we've got to have a quick chat about what happened last weekend. Pace was great. I saw you after qualifying, obviously, but race day was a mixed bag. But, you know, it's your first weekend. It was always going to be challenging. But you can take a lot of positives, even though maybe a lot of the results weren't quite there for what you were hoping for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the biggest bit, I have to get used to the racecraft aspect. I didn't realise how aggressive you're allowed to be. So, on hindsight, in the first 2 races, I just kept putting myself in vulnerable positions. So, I've learned a lot from it. I especially learned a lot in race 3 about what you know, how to race the touring cars. You know, you say the pace is there, which is normally the hard bit. So, a bit more studying. I will continue to watch the races back from previous years as well as that one. and look at it with a different head now that I know what it's like sat in the car. So I've got expectations now for Brands Hatch, and we'll see if we can meet them.
It's quite an interesting dynamic with how aggressive it is compared to Porsches, because I see people on Facebook giving Porsches grief because they're not pushing each other off and they're not quite as aggressive. But I guess you've got to forget everything from Porsches pretty much when you go into those next touring car races, because like you said, it's finding that balance between being aggressive so you stay on the track, but also they're not getting in trouble on Facebook for firing fans' favourite drivers off.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I was listening to a podcast on the way up here, actually, again with touring cars, and they put it really well and said it was a non-contact sport. So compared to the Porsches, it's like racing these. You know, with these we don't really rub at all, but with the Porsche you have a little rub, but with touring cars you're allowed to. Well, basically, as it seems, you had to basically take the other car out. So it's interesting, but it's something to get used to. And as I say, I was just in vulnerable positions, which is why I got punted off a lot of the time. So coming at a different head of Brands Hatch, try and qualify a bit higher, and then you kind of be out the carnage anyway. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I want to get back in the car again. You know, this car requires actually a similar-ish driving style. So yeah, nice practice. I'm going to enjoy this 45-minute race, and then I'll be back to the pressure cooker that's touring cars next weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, at least you'll be at home circuit and on the quite challenging but short Indy circuit. But yeah, Charles, best of luck for that, and yeah, have a good rest of your day.
No, thank you. Always love to speak to you.